So scrolling through TikTok one night, as I do, a few months back, and I came across a video of this woman who was talking about the relationship between food and beauty marketing. And I have always thought that it was a fun and quirky way to market, and I knew that there was a reason behind it, but I never really gave it that much thought. But since then, I have thought about this so often, and it makes me wonder, like, why is it so universally effective? And is this a trend or the way that things are always going to be? So today we are exploring the novelty of using food to market makeup and how it's shaping our buying habits, our preferences, and marketing as a whole. Hey you guys, if you're new here, I am Kristina. I talk about beauty and my experiences with it, but most of you actually don't know that I went to school for communications and marketing with a concentration on advertising. So these things have just always interested me, and I thought I would do something a little different today and bring you guys down one of my rabbit holes with me. So when I think of modern day marketing that falls into this category, I immediately think about Rhode skincare and their use of food to create a connection from their products, which is something that you may not have ever used, to food items that you most likely have encountered. It's helped the brand become viral and so successful. Other brands that have done this so well are Milk Makeup with their jelly tints, Too Faced with their chocolate bar palettes, to their peach themed powders and eyeshadows and their glosses. We also currently see NYX playing into this with their buttermelt bronzers and their blushes. And also Chipotle collaborating with brands like e.l.f. and Wonder Skin. We've seen entire brands like Beauty Bakery making this their whole personality. And of course, let's not forget fragrances like Bath & Body Works, and also Auntie Anne's Pretzels fragrance called Need. So of course this bleeds into other categories like fashion and especially skincare. And I can't tell you how many skincare products that I have encountered that have like honey in them, or even Glow Recipes' entire line where they use watermelon, avocado, papaya, and ingredients like that. Now, don't get me wrong, this is by no means a new way to market beauty products. We have seen these marketing tactics used for years. Do you guys remember Lip Smacker's Dr. Pepper lip balm? That actually came out in 1975. Also, I didn't know this, Avon launched a lip gloss duo in the 1970s that is actually shaped like an egg. And of course, even way before that, makeup and skincare were actually made with several ingredients that are consumable. Like in ancient Egypt, when they used things like almond oil, burnt almonds, and honey in their cosmetics. There are so many reasons why this marketing strategy works, and today we're going to be breaking it down, all of the reasons why I think that they're most effective specifically today. From an article in the Dallas Observer, they cite Reflex Group by saying that even if the marketing looks a little different, it's not new at all. Both our taste and smell are linked to our memories, and creating a product that's called Toasted Teddy, placing it on top of a roasted marshmallow, creating the scene of a campfire, it'll most likely resonate with anyone who has ever made s'mores. And more often than not, this is something that we've all done and experienced at a very young age. So this type of marketing has been coined as nostalgia marketing, and it's especially effective when consumers don't have a physical way to experience the product. So in Rhode's case, this marketing seems really effective because it allows consumers to have some sort of feel of the products, especially since there's no way that they can touch, feel, and smell it like through a computer screen. When talking about the Auntie Anne's Need fragrance, one source in a cosmetics design article says, "Smell is such a special and powerful sense. Over the years, fans have shared their memories and experiences that began with just a whiff of our pretzels." And I don't know about you guys, but Auntie Anne's like whips me back to high school when my parents would drop me off at the mall to meet up with my friends. And we would just like walk up and down the mall. We would sometimes shop, just like take photos, hang out, meet up with other friends. And of course, you like had to stop at an Auntie Anne's because one, it smelled too good. And two, whenever you're doing all those things for an entire day, you just like needed a snack. And I would be lying if I said that I wasn't tempted by this dang fragrance just to experience it once. Like, just to see if it was similar to what I used to smell at the mall. So nostalgia marketing also taps into how it makes you feel. And when this happens, it is considered sensory marketing. So sensory marketing is a marketing technique that taps into any 5 of the senses to create an emotional connection with a consumer. So in this case, marketers focus on your sense of smell, sometimes sight, sometimes taste and touch, or even a mixture of your senses to make that connection where it feels like you've got to get your hands on it. Seeing a lip balm in a bed of juicy cherries allows you to almost like smell the lip balm, almost feel how glossy and how juicy it is. Seeing a milky toner, it allows you to make the connection of like a supple liquid that smooths and soothes your skin. Even looking at a donut-inspired glazing lip serum covered in mini donuts with bites taken out of it, it allows you to envision what this will look and taste like on. A cookies and cream primer makes you think of the creamy filling of an Oreo, the smoothness of it, and how it might also make your skin smoother. And if you're ever shopping for makeup, an overwhelming amount of shade names are food related. And I think that this is for a few reasons. So one, being that sometimes the shades are similar to the chosen food item, it makes sense. 2, it's easier to remember the name, at least for me. And then 3, it's just fun, it's quirky. So these are all forms of experiential marketing. And this is a strategy that creates a memorable experience for customers to connect to a brand. Studies show that products that smell sweet or even taste sweet can release dopamine in your brain, similar to when you actually have that sweet treat. Women have long been associated to loving a sweet treat, and things like cupcakes, brownies, macarons are thought to be small, sweet, and dainty. And of course, there's this terrible association of having to embody those traits. There's like this fear manufactured in women of overindulgence, so being able to have these products that still please those cravings without actually having to eat it is kind of considered like a cheat day. So I guess the thought there is that even if it's subconscious, you're allowing yourself to indulge without having to like actually consume anything digestible. Rather, you're consuming in a completely different way. And something that also falls into this category is that buying a new lipstick for that dopamine hit is an easier way to spontaneously purchase than say like the new designer handbag. It's small, it's easy, it'll give you a shopper's high, and you can even buy multiple products when stepping into a Sephora, which feels like you're kind of getting more bang for your buck. So the weirder the product, the more viral it becomes. That's just kind of how society is now when it comes to makeup and skincare. Milk jelly tints, they took the internet by storm almost a year ago in 2024, and everyone's knee-jerk reaction to that release was like, oh my gosh, I want to eat it. It was kind of like a fun and scroll-stopping product, and you were curious and you kind of thought like, what the heck, like, are people actually using this? And most importantly, we wondered if like this novel product actually worked. And for the most part, you got mixed reviews, but still they were being talked about. That's the kind of thing Milk was banking on. They wanted enough people to be curious, to talk about it, to jump on the trend of trying these cooling little Jell-O sticks to make sales. And personally, I would say that they were really successful. IPs also play a huge role in this tactic. IP stands for intellectual property. So think food brands you see at the grocery store, but brands collaborating with them to create a product. ColourPop makes IP releases constantly, whether it's like an established food brand or even like shows and movies. Like recently, they just did a collaboration with the Twilight series, and even last year they did one with Pokemon. Like honestly, the list with ColourPop goes on. Taste Beauty and Alamar Cosmetics, they both collaborated with Hot Cheetos, and they came out with like eyeshadows, blushes, lip products that were plumping. Hard Candy collaborated with Girl Scout cookies last year, and they had eyeshadows, highlighters, lip products, all the things. They even had like a little skincare headband. And Tower 28 collaborated with Kung Fu Panda 4 last year with their SOS spray. Adina Avery Grossman, partner of Brand Genuity, said food consumer products are driven by flavor and the flavor experience. Licensing can bring unique flavors and brands into new products with instant credentials. Each brand brings fun, trust, and power of collaborative marketing support, which broadens the audience. And out of context, it all seems so odd, and you might question like why anyone would want to put Jell-O on their face or a lip plumper that made it feel like you were eating hot Cheetos on their lips. So that leads us into our second reason why this edible marketing works. The more absurd the product, the higher probability it has to go viral. There's an interesting mix of seeing something you're familiar with used out of context that kind of like piques our interest. And most of the time, a lot of these collections are limited edition, so it also taps into the FOMO of it as well. We see video after video of people pretending to like eat their makeup. We see people going on and on about how similar it smells to the actual thing, and we want to be part of the moment. And even if you don't feel the need to be part of it, it is still at the end of the day entertaining. This marketing tactic isn't the longest lasting, and we see brands do this less frequently than the other food marketing strategies, but still we see it happen, so I thought it was worthwhile talking about. So it seems like things like ketchup and chicken wing inspired lip gloss have a shorter shelf life. So how do brands create novel products that still tap into this trend? When you're familiar with something, you're more likely to resonate with it, and the less silly it seems for you to actually own the thing. Like, sure, I might have a dozen hand creams, but I love mangoes, and because of that, this mango hand cream doesn't seem so odd to own. Like, yes, I have a dozen or so of lip stains, but this Wonder Skin lip stain is in collaboration with a favorite lunch spot, Chipotle. Oh, and by the way, it stays on, so while I eat my Chipotle, it'll stay on. So it's cute and practical. So maybe you've never used Alamar Cosmetics, but you love hot Cheetos. There's a higher chance of you wanting to try out the cosmetic brand now because you trust that hot Cheetos wouldn't steer you wrong in taste. And it builds kind of like this invisible trust there that wasn't there before. So when you're already familiar and love something, there's just a lower barrier to entry to that product. It's honestly a genius way for marketers to tap into a consumer's interests while completely bypassing the thought process that you already have 10 other lip stains that do the same thing. It also feels special to you, like it's a part of your personality that's reflected in your beauty purchase choices. And in a way, it definitely is, and brands wouldn't be making these products in the first place if they didn't think that it would resonate with their audience. I feel like this reason kind of ties back into our first point, which was that nostalgia plays a role in how it taps into the experiential marketing. So if you've never tried a brand before, you may have tried something like a dulce de leche candy, thus making it a common denominator for you, trusting that the brand will deliver the same pleasure that the same candy would deliver. Also, we can't deny that sweet treats and candies are just fun and they make you smile. So my last thought when it comes to why this works is that somehow it allows you to be part of something. I find this especially come through with inspired by trends. Things like tomato girl makeup, latte girl makeup, blueberry nails, Coca-Cola lips. While these trends focus less on specific products, it follows a theme. And what better way to engage an audience and spark creativity than by giving them a theme to go off of and see what they can create? I would say having food-themed makeup trends really blew up in 2023. We saw a new one like almost every month, and I think it was especially effective because it catered to two different types of consumers. For some, it felt like a way to dip into your makeup collection, play with products you either don't normally use or don't normally use in that way. It encouraged people like influencers to grab for products they might have had to toss to the side to try new products. It kind of allowed them to do a double take on brands and products that weren't necessarily new. This felt like a huge advantage to brands because they were able to market products that in another time wouldn't necessarily have to be marketed again. So for instance, Say's gel blushes, they weren't new, but the Tomato Girl trend sold out their blush shade shade spicy, bringing it back into rotation for their marketing campaigns. These trends also cater to those looking for new makeup, like seeing a product used over and over again creates subconscious bookmarks in our head. It's kind of like when you start wanting a car and then all of a sudden you start seeing it everywhere. It just becomes top of mind. That's what happens with these products during these trends. And don't get me wrong, a lot of times I think that the products are really good, like they're actually good. Maybe through trends they become overhyped, but it's a really great way to discover a product and be able to like visualize how you would see it used when you see so many people using it on your feed. So this one, it feels more of an indirect way to market, because while most of the time there's not a direct call to action to like buy this product to achieve this look, our human curiosity makes us wonder what products someone uses to achieve the look. And I don't know about you guys, but I have definitely fallen into that category. Like there have been many videos that I've come across following something like Strawberry Girl makeup or Tomato Girl trends, and I have been so enthralled with the final end result that I was like, I have to have whatever they used. So if you've ever wondered why the heck brands continue to market their products with food, or why it's even appealing, maybe these reasons have answered your questions. Personally, I don't really see them stopping anytime soon, because food is something that we all consume. It's universal among cultures that we have all experienced food. Scents are the easiest thing to unlock memories, and in my personal opinion, one of the things that piques my interest the most. So whether we see more brands incorporating food within their ingredients lists or another food-inspired trend for people on TikTok to follow, I'm looking forward to seeing how this marketing continues to evolve. Let me know what you guys think about these marketing tactics and if you have ever been influenced to buy through them. I hope that you guys enjoyed this kind of newer format. Let me know in the comments down below if there are any other beauty or makeup or skincare trends, topics that you would be interested in seeing me cover. Until then, you guys, I will leave a video right here that YouTube thinks that you will be interested in, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.